Welcome to episode 1138 of Hard Factor. It is Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Wes has more weather, Black history, and corrupt zoos in the coffee. Lots of updates.
That's right. Sticking with the trend this week with the zoos. Crazy stuff. Zoos.
It's amazing.
I want to take a look at zoos.
They got those monkeys, though, right?
Is this Texas, Louisiana, or is this a new location? Spoiler.
These are two new locations.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man.
That's right.
Do you think there's a coincidence, or do you think that zoo protocols have always kind of been shoddy, and we're just kind of finding out about it now?
Yeah.
I think it's a domino effect. They found out how easy it is to steal exotic animals, so yeah.
Could be just a trend.
That's Pat's son. He's missing.
Sorry, my son is mad at me.
What's he upset about right now? I mean,
Oh, bro, I fucked his world up when I sat down to do the show. Well, I sat down to do. I went to work. Sat down to do the show here.
That does fuck a kid's world up. Yeah, when
His
you
world
gotta
is
work at
fucked
home,
up, man.
That
Destroyed.
will fuck their world up. Yeah, it's crazy. That is crazy. Well, it sounds like his world is calming down a little bit. And speaking
he's
of
just
Pat,
further away from the mic.
okay, well that works too. Speaking of Pat, he's got a man who's fighting back against the friend zone on deck.
Yeah, ladies, you might want to listen up because one of your moves is on notice.
Uh-oh for the ladies. And then Mark's got the high five to close the week out. And before we get going on the news today, guys, a quick update from a trending story we started the week with, and our first Thursday night interview since going live every show, right? So you can watch the live taping of the podcast at 7:15 p.m. Eastern the night before it drops. So this Friday podcast is recorded Thursday night, 7:15 p.m. Eastern. You can watch it, youtube.com/hardfactornews. And I wanted to welcome to the podcast our very first guest since we started going live for every taping, Brevin Galloway from the Clemson basketball team, who is thankfully well enough to join and give us an update on his exploded ball injury. Welcome, Brevin. How are you doing?
I'm happy to be here, man. Honored to be the first guest. Excited to chat with you guys and just have a good time. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for coming on. I know it must have been a brutal recovery. We read a lot of conflicting reports about the science and what the journalists were trying to say about your injury. But can you just tell us, straight from you, what happened with your nuts this week?
Yeah, man. So it was a crazy situation. So honestly, I had a lift 9 o'clock in the morning, came back from the lift, played with my two Frenchies, and I normally take a nap before practice. And middle of the nap, I was fighting it, tossing and turning. I had a lot of pain. Then I felt a weird pain in like my stomach area. I was like, this is weird. And then it just got worse. Like within 5 minutes, it just intensified and ramped up. And then next thing you know, I couldn't move, talk, or breatve. So then I called.
Did you try to masturbate, or did it come on
we're
too
beyond
fast?
that. I think we're beyond that at this point.
Well, I mean, like he was describing early stages of I better get this one out here before a nap.
Like
Now.
real backed up. Okay.
Nah, see, I could. The funny thing is, I didn't even think about that shit at the time because it was just.
Yeah, you did.
So, anyways, so then, so obviously, so I woke up from a nap. I looked down; they were swollen, like rock hard golf balls. Like, it was painful.
What size are we talking now?
A little bit bigger than a golf ball. Probably like, I mean,
You got to baseline us though, because like Will has weirdly big balls. Like, yeah, where do you start? Where did you end at? It's all
It was alarming, right?
2x, 3x.
I'm gonna say we started off with a large, and it made my meat look very, very tiny. I will say that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You got supersized.
I was gonna say it would have been cool if not
can-
for the pain, but then
Yeah.
yeah.
I can commiserate with that. I've had that
Yeah.
problem my whole life. It's just the big balls that makes it look small. That's the only reason why. So
Yeah.
Big balls were crazy. It definitely threw me for a loop. I was like, that is not how they're supposed to look. So then,
yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
I got my fiance to call my trainer, and then I got put in a robe. She brought me a robe, put it in a robe. I was in a robe for like 30, 45 minutes until they came. And then obviously I couldn't move or talk or breathe like without any pain. So I just had to open the robe up and then.
Hold on. You called your first call was to your trainer.
Yeah, to get some medical assistance, I think.
I don't know.
Who else is he gonna call?
I don't know, 911,
Girlfriend.
your dad, not a
Fiance was with him. Fiance had
not the lady
call.
trainer,
Yeah.
the female athletic trainer. Hey, you know anything about balls? I don't know.
We may have lost Brevin's connection, so we're gonna bring him down real quick and we'll see if he gets back in there.
He'll call back in.
My balls.
Yeah,
are swollen.
hopefully we get to ask him because I want to know. Like it sounds like it was very acute.
I was having secondary ball pain from that.
Just hearing that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I couldn't. I mean, like every time I feel anything in my balls, go-to is. That's why I asked him. Go-to is jerk off. But like for the pain to come that fast, that fear. We got Brevin's back. Brevin's back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. That was very frustrating.
That's okay. Why didn't you call 911?
Your internet's busting your balls.
That is actually a great question. Why did not call 911? I don't even know.
You thought the lady athletic trainer was the first call? That was the best move.
And they left you alone for 45 minutes with just your swollen balls and your thoughts.
It was actually a male. So whenever he came in the room, obviously I was in a robe. I was butt ass naked, and obviously I was like, "Hey man, I guess we're just gonna be friends for life after this," because I couldn't move, so I just had to open up the robe and just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
And then obviously he checked out everything, and then he was like, "No, we got to get to the hospital ASAP." Took me to the hospital. At first they did the ultrasound, and they put the little warm gel on it, moved it around. Felt good at first, but then once the pressure started getting applied, it was like, it was bad.
Did the doctors ever go like, "Oh no"? Like, was there ever like, did they play it real professional, or were they concerned as well?
They played it real professional at first, and then once I went and got to the ER room, once I finally sat down in the ER room, he opened up the curtains and was like, "We got to get you to surgery ASAP."
Oh, that's scary. Yeah, that's
ball
scary.
surgery. So what was it? What was the condition?
Yeah, so the whole what I got diagnosed with was it's called testicular torsion, and it's pretty much just the twisting of your nuts, and it cuts off the blood supply, so therefore it just causes swelling and a crazy excruciating pain.
So your nuts got twisted inside your ball sack? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Now retrace your steps.
Were you playing with them a lot? What were you doing?
Oh.
No, I didn't. The crazy thing is, I don't play with them at all. Like, it's not something I do regularly. Like,
well, maybe you should more. Maybe you got to play with them. Is that how you
like to
avoid
nag
it?
them?
Play with them more.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
I might need to get them around, get them warmed up, get them loose a little bit more.
Yeah.
Stretch them out.
I gotta ask, what are the trainers now? Okay, before the trainer, examined you, did he say, "Now I'm not a doctor"? Did he lay that out there?
Was he like, did you say your ankle, Brevin? Because I think I heard balls, but
it's your finger?
No, see, I'm a very, very open individual. So like, whenever it comes down to it, like, I'm not ashamed or scared to really say what's going on. So I was just like, "Hey, yo, my nuts are killing me, yo. Like, you gotta check them out." And then he was just like. But he had my trainer come, and then the doctor came with my trainer too about 5 minutes later. So we actually had a doctor there in my apartment, making sure everything was good. They took great care of me.
It's like the scene from "There's Something About Mary," when like it was like a scene from a movie at this point.
You got to see this guy's balls.
Yeah.
Oh, did Coach call you, or did you call Coach? When did Coach get involved?
Coach really didn't get involved until after I posted the video. Obviously, everybody was blowing him up, but he didn't have any comments for anybody. He said he didn't respond to nobody, and I pretty much was just handling the media myself.
Coach is like, this is more of an assistant coach thing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. especially middle of the year, like how intense the season is at this point. Like, this is the last thing Coach needed, but at the same time, I was like, I got to let the world know, because I think I'll be able to profit off this if I play it right.
Speaking of which, what happened today? What happened earlier today with the underwear company?
Yeah, so I was able to sign a big deal with Shinesty underwear, or Shinesty threads is what they're called.
Nice.
So I signed a deal with them, so I'll be able to pretty much. Nah, not steel toe. They're just a little tight compression ones.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to get a cup deal though too? I mean,
hopefully, I'm trying to get my own custom cup because I have to wear one for the rest of the season. So hopefully, I can get a cup deal and have a nice little image down there on my. On my
you might even get ladies to buy that too.
That's
the cup,
That's gonna work out. Now, have you come up with like a nut celebration, like the big nuts when you? That's
the next thing. That's the next thing I've been trying to. That's the next thing I've been trying to lock in.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm back playing now, and I want to be able to capitalize off this.
I got it already. Look, Brevin, all you do when you hit the three, you put the threes up
Inflate
like this,
them,
but then you flip them over.
Oh,
and then it's two big nuts. You're carrying two big nuts,
good.
Pedro Serrano style from Major League. So you hit the three, boom, you hit the three, and then flip it, and then
yeah.
Brevin, have you seen Major League?
I like this guy. I like that. That was a creative idea right there.
Have you seen Major
League?
League?
That's a great taunt right there. That's a great taunt. That's going to get in their heads.
So lots of people, your generation haven't seen Major League, which is great for you, bro, because there's this move, the Serrano, from Major League that Will was kind of pantomiming to you, which, dude, it would crush. In the NIL landscape, if you want to be a millionaire this year, you got to do Serrano, bro. Those balls are huge and they're heavy.
It's kind of like, you imagine like you have like a towel and you're cleaning 2 big bowling balls. Like
Exactly.
holding
Yeah.
either end of the
He
towel.
Hard
did
to
it when
walk.
he
Yeah.
after he hit a home run. He was in baseball. He did it after he hit a home run. But you can watch Major League. It's a great movie series if you haven't seen
I'm gonna
it.
definitely do some. I'm gonna do some research on that so I can go ahead and implement
when
it
are you
into
back
my
up-
celebration.
When are you back in the lineup? When are you playing again?
Saturday. I'll be back Saturday versus Miami.
Oh, wow.
Miami.
Yeah, the
You guys
recovery
are
was
first?
actually a pretty quick process. The recovery was pretty quick. I obviously had surgery on Thursday, but by Sunday, I was able to pretty much jog again and walk and do things. And then I probably just kept adding stuff each day. And then by the day, I practiced with the team, and I'm back in there.
Do you feel more powerful? Like, do you feel like you like these
I
swollen
definitely
balls?
feel. I think the word is magical. I feel magical now.
Magical.
Yeah, I feel like something good is about to happen.
Yes.
right.
I feel like I'm getting
imagine.
set up for something. I feel like I'm getting set up for something crazy, and I feel like I just had to go through a little bit of adversity, a little bit of tough time, and see how I respond to it. So I think
Just some
we got a lot
twisted
of
testicles. Yeah.
Okay.
Because
yeah.
it was a
in
lot
the
of
cover.
pressure. It was a lot of pressure in there. When they released it, was it like deflating a balloon? I mean, were you just like how
That, like-
relieved were you? I mean,
At first, because originally they told me they were gonna have to twist it back into place, so I knew that was gonna be a painful
No.
procedure.
You're like, put me out. Yeah.
oh, like man,
Yeah,
you
no.
know.
So the doctor, but they tried though. They tried. So the doctor had came in and was just like, "Hold on, let me try it real quick." And he did it. He tried for like 5 seconds, and I was just like, "Oh, this is not right." And he was like, "Nah, we got to get you to surgery then." So,
Man.
but then once I woke up, obviously I was so excited to be put down and go underneath anesthesia. Like I was excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whenever I woke up, obviously it was sore from the surgery, but like the pain that it was gone, and I was able to just breathe and talk again, and it was a relief. Like that was definitely like, because I tore my ACL and I tore my meniscus twice, and that pain, I thought that was the top like pain ever I would experience, but this beat it. Like it wasn't even close. Even close.
Damn.
Worse than a bad
Damn.
injury.
It's good that you're talking about it because testicle awareness is important. Now,
Yeah, it's a common injury too. Common injury.
well, I was going to ask about that. Is it more likely to happen now that it's happened once? Is like a popped out shoulder? Did they tell you anything about that? Like,
Well, they told me after
Like
surgery
it's
it won't happen
rain. When it rains.
it won't happen again. Okay. Good.
Yeah, they told me it won't happen again, but at the same time, obviously, like you don't know. Like I didn't even know it could happen in the first place.
Well, then maybe they put a stopper in there. You don't
Well, the
even know
underwear,
when you're
the-
asleep.
the compression underwear too.
Right. The doctor said they pretty
divider.
much. I forgot what word he used exactly, but I've been using the word staple. But he pretty much stapled them to both sides, so they shouldn't twist.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh,
hell
you
yeah,
are
man.
more
So
magic.
we got double
shit.
protection. We got double protection.
nice.
Brevin, two questions before we let you go. Well, the first is there access to is there like a teammate as a buddy of yours who might have access to a wheelchair for celebrations? Because that could be huge. Like you get put in a wheelchair, like your nuts
Yeah.
are so big you can't walk. Just think about
That
that.
would be, I think, because a lot of people were sending me the South Park thing.
Right, exactly.
The wheelbarrow.
Oh yeah. Randy
I was getting
Marsh,
that. I was getting that
wheelbarrow.
a lot, and obviously
Yeah.
he had it in like the little barrel. So no, I definitely need to do some research. I think I'm gonna do that research tonight.
Yeah.
You should.
Major League.
Devote maybe
yeah.
like 30 minutes to an hour and see what I'm gonna do on Saturday. Because
You could
I
just
definitely gotta live
Google-
this.
We're looking
so-
forward
Pedro
to it. We want
Serrano, and
we
you'll
want to
see
see a
it.
nut
It's-
celebration on Saturday.
Big
You know
time.
what else
this
you
is-
could do, Brevin? Brevin, you know what else you could do is I'm sure you have at least one picture of your nuts when they were swollen. You could leak that to the student section, and they can make a giant poster.
Oh, yeah.
Behind Miami's when they're shooting free throws, and just hold your
Huge
nuts up.
sack.
Yeah.
Hold your
Nuts for
up
Brevin.
behind-
Nuts for
Yeah.
Brevin. I love it.
Yeah, that would be distracting.
They're gonna miss a lot of free throws.
That would
Yeah.
that would definitely be distracting. That would actually that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I did have a I did take I think I
You
took
took a
2 or 3
picture. We know.
pictures of them.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, just two, huh?
We know. For
I
you.
wanted to make sure to have that.
Yeah, you
Brevin,
gotta
this
have
is a yes or no
The medical
question.
journal.
Yes or no question. There's just one answer to it. Folks that meet at the paw, nerds?
Hold on, at the Paul in Clemson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The football
Nerds?
thing.
Hold on,
Nerdy
repeat the question again. My fault.
When they meet up at the paw over there, nerds?
After the game, football.
Who meets at the paw? Is he asking if the people who meet at the paw are they a nerdy group?
Not
of people,
it's like
or-
storming the court's cool, but meeting at the paw every game, cool or not?
Nah. No nerds. No nerds.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, we know.
nerds.
Okay.
Have you met somebody at the paw then, Brevin? Have you met somebody at the paw?
No, I have not.
Not with
Not
balls
yet.
as big
Okay,
as
thank you.
his.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet.
A couple more years at Clemson, you'll see. Well, how much time do you have left in college?
Now this is my last year.
last year. I knew you transferred, so nice. Well,
Yeah, I transferred from Boston College, and I played at Charleston my first few years.
You guys are
I know
first
you
in
had
the
a great
ACC.
season,
Yeah,
right?
first
So-
in the ACC. What the tournament's in a couple weeks? You guys, where are we going? We going to the Final Four? We going all the way? What are we doing here?
I definitely, that Sweet 16 sounds beautiful. Like that
Right.
definitely something that we've been talking about all year long. So obviously we've just been taking it day by day, but obviously that's definitely something in the back of our minds as we get closer to that time period, especially since we're first in the ACC. Obviously it's a very, very possible thing that can happen. So
Maybe your teammates could, Notre Dame, they tap the wall before they go out. Maybe your teammates could just give a little ball pat or a ball rub for good luck. Yeah, right on the cup. But
That's,
like a
and that's,
cup
that's
tap.
another thing. That's another thing I'm worried about. I'm kind of worried about like how I'm gonna look in the shorts because my shorts are already kind of tight, and now I'm gonna have that big cup. It's gonna be
Oh, if it comes
Yeah,
through,
like a novelty avocado.
That's why you got to get the custom made one. Yeah, the custom. Yeah.
Don't sit on your laurels either. I know you guys are number one, but you really got to go balls out if you want to make it to the Sweet 16.
You really do.
gotta go balls out. Gotta go balls out.
Well, you keep
You guys
you-
beat
you
Miami, you'll have a ticket, I think, if
You guys-
if you beat Miami.
Definitely should. Yeah, that's a big game.
Busting my alma mater's balls, Virginia Tech. You guys keep beating them by a couple points this season, but it's tough to beat a team 3 times. I hope you guys don't see them in the ACC tournament because
Yeah,
they
we
say
trying
it's
to
tough.
avoid that.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech is scary. Virginia Tech, one of the scariest teams in the ACC. Like,
Thank
definitely
you.
want to
Appreciate
avoid that
that.
3 times if we can.
There you go.
That's
Good
coming
man.
from a guy whose balls blew up last week. Brevin, thank you so much for being on. Guys, Brevin Galloway and his massive balls.
Yeah, thank you, Brevin.
Hey man, we're here. We're present. We're live with the guys.
Nice. Good luck this weekend.
We'll
I
watch
appreciate
it.
that. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Later, Brevin.
Later.
Damn. Well, I hate Clemson, but I'm rooting for him now because that guy's
What a
awesome.
good, what a good sport.
My new
Yeah,
new
it's
favorite player.
That guy's awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, huge Clemson basketball fan now at this point.
Yeah.
So, going to be betting too much money on them in the tournament, and so hopefully they do great.
He was so
hope
cool
does
he
the
didn't
test.
even know about the paw. That's how cool he was.
Yeah, I know. Have
Gives
you ever
you
met
the
Paul?
transcript.
He's like the what?
The what?
The
fuck are you talking about?
He
He
handled it like
handled
a
it
pro
well.
though. Handled it like a pro though. Like he's clearly he's got it down. He's got.
He
the
said
got a
no.
future.
ready to go.
He said no nerds because he needs everyone at that school to have good energy for their run. Yeah,
Well, they got to go nuts for Brevin. Ball.
they got to go nuts for Brevin.
Yeah.
If he does a testicle celebration, we're claiming that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I want
we
to see that
gotta
wheelchair
him
out
do the
there.
Serrano, hopefully.
He's got to see the. He's got to see Major League. A lot on his plate.
All right. Well, there you go. That's Will's story today. Good job, Will, getting in touch with him, and thanks to original intern Bubba
Intern Bubba. Yeah.
connected that.
Yeah.
AKA
Big
Jason,
connect.
yeah, who works with Brevin's manager.
Very cool. All right. Well, you guys want to do the news?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
let's do the news.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Cup of coffee in the big time. Fun fact of the day. Again, celebrating Black History Month all month long. And this one is really going to chap some racists' asses. Did you know that we have a black woman to thank for the GIF? You believe that? Computer scientist Lisa Jalopter was an instrumental in the creation of Shockwave, which is essential technology that led to the development of web animation, and GIFs. And here she is. And, when you search the name Lisa Jalopter, the next thing that pops up is very insulting, which is Lisa Jalopter black? And the answer is yes, but not 100%. I got to tell you, Jews and Polacks should be really mad about this one because according to Wikipedia, her father was Jewish and from Poland, and her mother was African-American from the Caribbean. So sorry, Jews and Polacks, no credit for your contribution to the GIF on this one, but thank you, Lisa, for your
Well,
contribution.
I guess technically everybody gets the credit, right? Or is that?
I
Absolutely.
mean, not according.
Well, I
not
mean,
according to-
to a true racist, he's going to be mad whether she's
Right.
Jewish or black, so it doesn't matter.
True racists will find a way. To hate.
He's going to spit out his coffee when he finds out either way.
Look,
Right,
whatever.
but he's
I don't
torn
like.
because
How
it's-
many races is she mixed with?
But it's,
I don't
he's
want
torn
you
At
to
because
least
it's
she's
either-
not Jewish. She's
right.
what?
It's either she's
said what?
Jewish or she's black. So they're torn.
Right.
You know?
Which jokes am I supposed to make at her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for me and GIFs.
All right, so that's good. I mean, I'm glad that she made the gifts.
Yeah, that would have been amazing if a Polak invented the gift, though. Like that would be like
Oh,
the breakout
yeah.
in conversation.
Would have been on
I
accident.
got something that'll blow
He
your
thought
mind.
it was a picture.
I shit you not. I didn't believe it, but one of them tinkered away, and now we have the GIF.
They
It's
called
like
it
a magic eye.
but he called it a short film.
Yeah. There
you go, Mark.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
good. Speaking of dummies, that dummy Punxsutawney Phil fucked us again. Idiot saw his shadow. Here's the announcement, and listen to how fucking happy.
Well, it's obviously winter. I mean, everywhere's covered in ice.
Dude, we got
Right.
rocked in
Punxsutawney.
Austin. Yeah, you'll see later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to how fucking happy these idiots are about more winter.
The time has come, I can feel it. The excitement, I can hear it. I see the folks with gray in their hair, and I see the kids all young and scrawny.
Didn't
Did he
rhyme.
write this?
Their eyes and cheeks aglow from the
Phil.
cold, clean air of sweet
Wasn't a
Punxsutawney.
rhyme.
Phil wrote it.
I see that everyone knows their part, and I am merely the sage. But above all else, I see a shadow on my stage. And so, no matter how you measure, it's 6 more weeks of winter weather.
How you like me now? Now get the fuck out of here, you hicks!
That's a
Yeah,
cute
it's
groundhog.
Yeah.
Forget about the chipmunk feature. You got to use that at the Groundhog.
Oh, man. That's a
Yeah,
cute
wait,
groundhog.
I'm confused.
Classic.
Did this guy just fucking make the decision and
Yes.
also
Yeah, he
write
just-
his own poem? Okay.
His rhyme was so bad. He just rhymed the last 2 lines, and
Pat,
that's it.
he's
Everything
scrawny.
else was just
Pat, he's like the Southwest flight attendant. Like, he seized an opportunity and went way too far with it. Like doing like the speeches and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his one time to gets this speech, and so he does his bad rhymes.
Practice it in front of his wife 50
Yeah.
times.
No signs in my life at all have directed me towards public speaking or the arts, but hey, I'll take a stab.
So Wes,
Yeah.
do you think that it's Phil that likes to fuck with people, or do you think it's the writers?
I mean, it's clearly the writers, obviously, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know how we saw a shadow. It looked pretty cloudy to me, but
Right.
But do
know.
they
I don't know how it
actually have a
works.
video of him like coming out, or like that's my point? Like, if they
No,
do it in
they
private?
yank his ass out of the fucking gobbler's knob, and they hold his ass in the air, and then they he whispers in their ear. You see, like exactly what they do in Groundhog Day, the movie, and then they read the scroll, which is set up already. They already know what the fucking answer is.
written
And then
terribly.
It's
Yeah, it
it's
is.
bullshit.
Isn't it like 85% of the times he sees his shadow?
Oh yeah, like he's seen the shadow 100 times now.
It's February.
out of
month.
103? Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
there was
yeah.
only a few.
Calling
and
it
they
in
only-
February.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Anyway, enjoy the winter if you believe that shit. Before we move any further, a sad update. 3
I believe
bodies.
The snow on my ground. Sorry. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
sad
I believe the snow on your ground. I believe the ice on the trees as well. Sad update. 3 bodies have been found in Highland Park on Thursday and are believed to be the rappers missing since the Detroit gig they were set to perform was canceled.
Yeah, that unfortunately
So,
we called
yeah.
that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's true. RIP to them. Still investigating exactly what happened, but it sounds like some real bad shit went down in that apartment. So yeah, it's a bummer.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's got to be probably a robbery, or you said it's the
It was
story
a-
that I
they're
Straight
all
read.
got left
in
in
an
an
apartment.
apartment somewhere. and
Murder,
they never were
suicide,
seen from
robbery
again.
gone bad. Who knows?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
So they
something
got
bad happened.
disappeared by somebody. Yeah.
I mean, it might have been carbon monoxide poisoning. I don't know. Who knows?
No, they
No,
found
their
the bodies.
their phones would have had activity. Like,
They couldn't find him, so I assume it's a robbery of some sort, probably. Or
Well, yeah, they
who
were
knows.
definitely black bagged from their
the
apartment.
carbon monoxide doesn't turn your phone off.
Yeah, true. I was trying to give him some
Yeah.
a little bit better of a not better.
No,
but-
I know.
Sucks.
Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's talk about lies, okay? Talk about lies. We've all told them, continue to tell them, won't stop telling them. But our lies are harmless, right? Like one time I tell my girlfriend they were out of the kind of sparkling water she wanted because I forgot them for her, You got like little childish shit like that to maintain the upper hand in the relationship and whatnot, right? You guys got any little lies that come to mind?
Little
I
ones.
was this close to telling you guys that the power didn't come back on my house and just drinking all day today.
Oh yeah. yeah.
Not doing the show.
I try to stick to the truth for the most part.
This close.
I floated one pretty recently.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, well, I normally pick the boy up from daycare, and I had dropped Kate off. She was running late, so I dropped her off at the Secaucus station. It's like one stop up, so she can go direct to New York. I drove her in. I was nice, being nice. And on the way home, I was a little bit stressed out, pretty tired. I ripped a heater in the car, okay? And I was thinking,
Okay.
I was thinking, roll the windows down. By the time she gets in this vehicle the next day, smell's gone.
She's got a horrible sense of smell. Yeah.
Yeah, she was in the war. Must have done some damage. But bro, I fucking
last, like,
forgot.
3 days.
She was like, "I'll go pick the boy up," and I was like, "Oh, okay." I fucking forgot, dude. And then she got in there. She texted me. She goes, "Did you smoke near the car?" And that's when I lied.
Oh no! Oh no! You're in trouble.
I smoked
Right
in
outside the car.
Yeah.
Right
I
outside
leaned up
the
against
car.
it.
Whoops.
I mean, it was kind of entrapment though to lay
Should have
that,
walked away.
that option.
No, she wanted to yell at you.
She's fucking pissed. And I was like, I remember when you used to smoke in the car. We met because we're dirtbags, dummy. What happened to you?
Yeah, no, that
Came
sick
mom.
smell in the car. Unless it's like ice cold, windy, and you have the windows down. That's
She said it was
loud.
rude to our son. I was like, come on. He doesn't fucking know. It's maybe rude to you. He doesn't know.
Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
you
guys.
can only like you can if you can smoke in the car Friday night, and then it'll clear out by the time you got to take the kid to daycare.
Like
Monday
a rental car. You light up a heater immediately when you're pulling out, and then midway through the weekend, you stop doing it.
You should smoke every time he bites a kid as a punishment, and then,
There you go.
and then they'll train him not to bite kids.
They found out
put
who
a heater
Kate
in my
was.
car
So
as
we're
soon
not
as
on
I bought
Bite
it.
Watch anymore.
Oh, they
really?
didn't want to get. They didn't want to get put on blast.
Straight up, their whole demeanor changed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll happen when someone can write a blog or do a video.
Not that we would ever, but
Right. Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. Nice.
Ooh, that's nice.
Well, guys, we can all rest easy knowing that we are not as big of liars. There's one girl named Maddie Russo. Here she is, who told the world and her TikTok followers one of the worst lies you can tell. She lied about having cancer, pancreatic cancer to be exact, and she used her TikTok platform to lie and gain sympathy from hundreds and thousands of people. And once she knew she had the attention and sympathy of all those good people, she set up a GoFundMe to pay for her fake cancer, and she stole over $37,000 from the kind hearts of her followers who were willing to help Maddie pay for her fake cancer. And now she's fucked because she's a moron. You see, the 19-year-old Iowa woman didn't remember that the internet was full of people with nothing, better to do than to spot your lies, and spot her lies they did. And here's one of her videos where she's just bullshitting about having cancer.
Just keeping it real. It's days like these that are hard, and I try my best to stay positive and think that, after my chemo was, after my week of chemo is done, after, round 3 is done, and I get, a break until the next round of chemo, but sometimes it's hard
upsetting.
to,
She's saying chemo a lot.
to think like that when
She
you're
knows
in
that's
so
a
much
buzzword.
pain and discomfort, and
Cancer related.
everything is just going the wrong way, and
You guys get it. She goes on to say how
that's angering.
She does that all day, every day to get people to give her fake.
Oh yeah,
give
she
her money. For
she's gone
fake
on
sympathy.
podcast. She's gone. She was the poster child for the Amherst Police Department's Childhood Cancer Awareness
This is fucked up.
campaign. She even made a bandana for the dog. It said Team Maddie.
She's even stretching the childhood thing. She's 19. Like she's pulling double duty
Well,
on
hey,
me.
that was the cops. They were because Maddie's kind of hot. Honestly, they were like, "Hey, yeah, we could take a little older duckman under our wing." But Wes, at first I thought I was gonna you were gonna say that she had some sort of mental disorder where she thought she had cancer, but no. The describing going through chemo when you didn't go through chemo, that's just a con
She's
artist.
a pathological liar.
Horrible human being.
And people were
But
like,
kinda
why
hot.
aren't you losing your hair? Yeah, she is kind of hot. Why aren't you losing your hair? And she was like, well, because I'm taking oral chemo and I got lucky. But here's where it all started to unravel. Anonymous witnesses claiming to be medical professionals reached out to authorities saying they noticed many medical discrepancies in her social media posts. And they alleged that they have observed terrible life-threatening inaccuracies of her medical equipment placement on her body. So she would post pictures like this of this bullshit medical equipment that she was
That's clearly
What
in her
an
house.
idiot.
If you
Yeah,
look closely.
and
Scotch
nurses and
taped.
doctors were like,
Yeah, what the hell?
She tried to do the IV tape thing,
Yeah.
but she's just fucking scotch tape on her
That's
chest.
clearly Scotch tape.
Well, it's also just that's a house. That's no what.
Right. Well, this is her apartment,
That's
yeah.
a house. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
house behind her. That's
yeah,
not
so
a-
she's getting treatment at home, and
She's
they were
working
like,
towards the house.
if she were to put the cords there, it would kill her. So that's how it all started to unravel. And they
Were
so
these
the police
medical
went to her
professionals
house.
or catty bitches from high school? You got to ask.
I mean, they could have been catty bitches from high school. But I mean, people just were like, "Yo, she's obviously faking this shit because she'd be dead if that's where the tubes were at." So they went to her apartment. They found an IV pole, a bunch of medical supplies for her, scam, and a wig and pills for nausea in another relative's name. And they found out that she was just, full of shit. She had
What
gone.
do you do
she's
to
on
her?
Just
aggressive-
like flashing relatives' cancer pills in the
Right.
camera. And
What laws did she technically
Conning
break
people.
with the
Well,
collecting of money? Did she break any
fraud,
laws there?
con.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fraud. So it's like when you do a GoFundMe that's fraudulent, you do have to return all the money.
Okay.
Yes.
That is how it
This
works.
seems like one of those things with the law where she's going to get like probation only, when really she should be like, killed. She should
Yeah,
be
but Mark, you
That's-
remember that?
It is bad. I mean, what's
taken out
worse,
of society. Yeah.
Stealing from kids or cancer patients.
You guys remember that funeral home
couple.
that was cremating bodies, but really just selling the body parts?
Yeah.
That was like from 3 or 4
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
Like those people didn't technically break a law because there wasn't a law in the books about it because it's so fucked up, right? Like that happens sometimes where
That does, but this
Yeah.
is pretty cut and dry because it's a
That's what I'm
fraud.
saying.
But remember that couple that said they were raising money for that homeless guy?
Yeah,
They went to
and
got
they
jail.
5 years. Yeah.
went to
Yeah,
jail?
they went to jail. Yeah, they went to jail. Yeah.
Well,
they
then
were
send
like
her ass to
$3,000.
Well,
Yeah,
she's
so-
going to be charged with felony fraud for sure, right?
Right. Yeah. So she's released from jail.
Gonna have
She's
to
got a
start an
hearing on
OnlyFans.
March 2nd. GoFundMe did return and refund everyone's
Seen the
money.
show?
So that's good. They got reimbursed. But what a piece of shit.
What's the full name there, Wes?
Maddie Russo.
Set up the
Time
OnlyFans
out.
alert.
Can we see if intern Jackson's already following her on Instagram?
Yes, I guarantee she is. Yeah.
I hope you get well, Maddie.
Yeah, he's commenting.
He probably sent her money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Let's see.
So yeah,
He
we'll keep you posted
is-
on that.
Oh, what a con artist this lady is, man. Come
That's a
on.
messed up con. I hate her. I hate her so much.
That is a fucked up con. I mean, I was mad at the chicken wing lady for stealing from the kids' money, and then cancer patient money is just as infuriating.
It is.
Did she? So she hasn't said shit, and she hasn't like spoken about it. I want answers.
No,
man.
she's just fucking. She's clearly caught. Like everyone. She's everyone.
She defrauded all these
Yeah,
people.
she said that she was a patient at some cancer hospital. They were like, we've never fucking heard of her. All this crazy shit. So
She got charged with theft. Yeah, she got charged with theft.
yeah, so
Not that
she might
much,
do a little.
yeah.
That isn't that much.
But guys, that brings us to
The cream of the crop!
it's a double cream, double thick cream, double zoo story. Sticking with this week's theme of zoos and the idiots that run them. First, let's go to Mexico, where authorities have learned that this guy, here he is, Jose Ruben Nava Noriega, who was the director of Zoo Chilpan, a zoo in the city of Chilpancingo, threw a little New Year's Eve celebration at the zoo. Only problem is that Jose had to feed a lot of the staff, right? So he thought to himself, hey, I run a zoo. We can just eat some of the animals. So that's what he did. That's what he did.
What?
He went over to the,
Well, do they have chickens? Or?
no, he went over to the pygmy goat pen, these cute little pygmy goats, and he snatched up
no.
4 of them, and then he roasted their asses. Yeah.
Oh no!
They look delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they were good. Little
Hey, pick
pygmy
which
goats.
one you want. Which one do you want?
You want
Yeah,
some
you want-
mutton?
You want Oscar? Yeah.
Grab Oscar. Come here,
Yeah,
Oscar.
get Oscar. I always hated Oscar.
We shove a spit through the ass and out the mouth,
Yeah.
Why did
slowly
you
over
pick
the fire.
the smallest, cutest goats to roast like that?
Time.
I mean, goat meat is
time
delicious.
Time. Yeah, exactly. Like Pat said,
yeah.
they only had a couple hours to roast it.
Yeah, he was out of options, and they cook faster.
That's what we're saying.
So yeah,
It's like a Cornish game hen instead of a chicken.
right, exactly. So before this, the zoo had 10 pygmy goats. Now it has 6. Currently has 520 animals, 89
They
different
updated
species.
the website. They updated the pamphlet.
They
6.
crossed out their names.
We were hungry.
But that's not all.
6 goats.
But that's not all Jose was up to. It was also discovered he was selling his animals to private buyers if the price was right. An investigation into Jose found that apart from feeding the goats to his staff, he also traded a zebra and 4 Watusi cattle, which look like this, those badass cattle with the huge fucking horns. And he told investigators that, hey, it was
For
just
what?
a trade. He was supposed to get 3 red deer and some tools and supplies.
Oh, he was
But
getting fleeced.
But guess what? Yeah, those tools never showed up, and they were like 3 red deer is nowhere near the same trade as a fucking zebra and 3 Watusi cattle.
It was cash. It was cash.
Yeah, it was cash.
He was just getting money. Yeah. He was selling it.
In addition, 14 animals, including a coyote, a baby macaw, and a jaguar, are still missing from the premises. So he's just been dealing. He's just been dealing animals.
He has a caged coyote.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
I mean, there's so many in the around.
It wouldn't surprise me if Austin Zoo has a caged coyote now. But
Yeah, Austin Zoo sucks.
Austin Zoo is the worst.
What? Who has a guy? You could just find one on the side of the road.
They had a wolf hybrid in the wolf cage at one point. Just like a hybrid dog in the wolf cage.
Yeah, 50% dog wolf. You could own it.
Yeah, it was awesome. The lion looked like it was like on meth. It was amazing.
Skinny lion.
Yeah, skinny, just old lion. So he's denied everything, but he's been removed from his duties at the zoo. So pretty incredible. Just, dealing the animals over there. Next one, guys. It is Friday. So let's go. Let's do a Florida Man Friday. Incredible story that has just been uncovered. Here's the headline. White rhino shot dead at Florida Safari Park after aggressively escaping enclosure. Okay? That's the headline. This actually happened in September of last year, but I guess the zoo couldn't sweep it under the rug, and now it's breaking on all the news channels. So, as you guys probably already knew, the northern white rhino pretty much extinct, but the subspecies still, there's 16,000 of them. They're in the near threatened category. This was one of those rhinos. And it all happened at a place called Wild Florida Zoo in Kenansville, Florida. And this is one of those places
aptly
that
named Wild Florida Zoo, yeah.
This is one of those places, as you can see, that has a drive-through safari park.
Dude, you can't have a rhino in a drive-through safari park.
That was their plan, Mark.
Kind of rule 101 for drive-through safari
I
parks.
mean, that's you do in Africa, but
and I dropped the class.
You do in Africa, but those are like actual safaris where the rhinos live.
Yeah, they're used to being there in their normal territory, and the guys have machine guns on the back of those things, Will.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you no, they just drive away fast.
Yeah, they drive away
They don't
fast,
have
yeah.
machine guns.
They're professional drivers.
They don't bring machine guns on it.
Oh, you better believe they do.
They do not, Mark.
You can't be near a rhino without a machine gun.
Yeah,
They
they're
got
just
You don't
camouflage.
bring a
camouflage.
machine gun. No.
Yeah,
In African safaris? Yes.
You don't.
Oh, I'm not going on one then.
I can
It's
promise.
like
Neither am I.
This is like Bearizona. You guys ever been to Bearizona?
Arizona? No.
It's in Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of bears there. You drive
That's
right
fucked
through.
up.
Yeah, no.
Bears.
Well, I mean, like,
But a
Hey,
rhino can
you know.
flip a cart over with
You don't work, you don't eat.
no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see how many buffalo they have in Florida at this place? Buffalo are not supposed to be in Florida. Look how
No.
look how bushy their fur is. I mean,
Right. Well, they're tired. They're just hot and tired. So
you
they're
want
no
to
threat.
stand around in the Florida sun with that fucking hair all day?
They got rhinos and buffaloes at this
place
place?
is fucked up.
gators too.
Yeah.
Crusher is their largest gator.
Yeah. So according to the article, the animal was delivered to the park the day prior and was acting like a fucking rhino. The park's owner, Jordan Munns, told investigators the animal was crated in a trailer, then released into a fenced in lockdown area with the rhino enclosure, where it would stay until it was ready to be released into the full containment area.
Day one of the rhino, and it got out there to kill it.
All they had was a fence. They're like, oh, it keeps knocking over this wooden fence.
Exactly.
Was
yeah,
it
exactly.
mating season?
No, it's just a fucking
It's just
rhino.
it's a rhino. Is the problem?
Yeah, it's just a rhino.
It's a rhino
they had no
that was
business.
transported to Florida.
Right.
and has
They
been
bought a
sitting in
rhino
yeah.
with no rhino enclosure.
Yeah.
And then they realized it after they brought the rhino out of the cage.
They're banging on the cage. Get ready, rhino.
Hey Dale, I didn't think about this one. Not all the way through.
Yeah.
No, they didn't think about it at all. They just
It's your
they
big
just they were
day.
like, just order it. We'll figure it out when it gets here.
Yeah, when it broke through the fence immediately, they were all just like, "Oh fuck, we didn't think this through."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's a local news clip with some body cam footage from that fateful day when the cops showed up.
2,000-pound rhino escapes its enclosure and is shot and killed at a Central Florida
Oh,
attraction. This happened just days before a new rhino exhibit was set to open at Wild Florida Drive-Through Safari Park. That's in southern Osceola County.
Yeah, Lisa and Matt, our investigation revealed Florida Fish and Wildlife found out about this incident from an anonymous tip right after it happened in September. The general manager told investigators that this rhino right here busted out of its enclosure, and he and his staff had no choice but to shoot the animal and kill it.
And they would know how to trap a rhino.
Yeah. This body-worn camera footage was captured by Florida Fish and Wildlife investigators.
I told him 3 times to to sit down. I told him a fourth time, and that's when he took off. And I said, fuck it. I called my wife, I told her what a terrible idea this whole thing was, and we took off after the rhino.
According to FWC's report, Munns claimed the rhino had just arrived at the park the day before and broke out of its quarantine area. He says safety concerns forced him to close the park to visitors the next day. He told investigators that is when it broke out of its secondary enclosure and ran into a group of cypress trees.
I mean, by this time he was lost. We didn't know where the fuck he went. I was on the phone with my wife, bitching her out for her dumbass rhino idea, and then we spotted him, and that's when we lit his ass up.
Munns told FWC the rhino was wounded, but kept running, so they chased it, shooting at it for about a third of a mile inside the park.
I called my wife and I said, "You happy now? I'm hunting the fucking rhino inside the park."
He said they fired approximately 15 rounds using
they
three
did.
different calibers before the rhino.
They're running out of bullets.
Munns told investigators they then dug a hole and buried the animal out of the fear that a helicopter might
We're
spot
using
the
all the
rhino.
gear today, boys.
Left part of its head exposed for investigators.
They left the head.
FWC determined there was no state violation.
Luckily for you idiots, you didn't break any laws. I know you said the rhino was your wife's idea. You said it multiple times. Don't listen to your wife's ideas anymore.
But FWC urged Munns to report this to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, which enforces the Federal Animal Welfare Act. News 6 investigated, and we uncovered that Wild Florida received an official warning from the USDA in another case in March of last year, after several Barbary sheep escaped from the park and were eventually killed. This is Eric Sandoval.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. So of course they tried to reach out, couldn't be reached for comment.
Did you see that puny fence they had the rhino surrounded with?
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
any angry large animal could have fucking busted out of it.
Dude, it
Whose
was like
language
3
is that?
bars of
Defeated
tin.
his enclosure. Did you see that in the court document? It was defeated his enclosure.
Easily, flawless victory. They
Finish him.
They ended up. It was like a mafia hit. They lit him up and then buried him.
Oh, shot at him
yeah.
for a third of a mile. They
Who
couldn't
had the
even
kill
shoot him
shot? You get the
cleanly.
head.
Can't even shoot him in the head. Like
They were
Dug a
trying to
hole,
they
dug a
were
hole,
trying to sweep
buried
it
him
under the
immediately.
rug.
Oh,
Yeah, they were
immediately
trying to
they
cover the whole thing up. Yeah.
Hurry up! You start digging the hole now. We got him wounded.
This had to have been partly like a scenario that they were hoping for, right? Like partly. Like, we got the rhino. Yeah, I mean, they're saying the enclosures aren't up
No,
to
what an
snuff, but
idiot. No,
hey,
he
I also
bought
brought
them.
my rifles.
He
So
bought a rhino, and then he had to kill it. Like, so imagine how much money you have to pay to buy a rhino.
Pat, there was,
rhino?
Pat,
Kill it
Pat, they were sitting
immediately.
around there like, people have been saying Wild Florida's not wild enough anymore.
Exactly.
oh man.
I'll buy a $20,000 rhino and then kill it right away as
After
soon
we-
as it gets here.
We disallowed coolers. People have been really saying that we
Yeah.
just don't have what we used to out here.
Exactly.
I mean, they avoided a huge lawsuit if they would have let the rhino in the main containment area eventually, because
Right.
it would have, toppled over every
Involved
car in
people.
there.
Right.
So
I'm looking at their menu. No place that sells an $11 cheeseburger has business trying to contain a rhino on their property.
Oh, absolutely not.
Just put that out there.
Yeah, they were in over their heads, out of their league.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Sad for
that's
the
great.
rhino, but an incredible story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sad.
Very sad for the rhino. Yeah.
Gentlemen, well, actually, not gentlemen. We say gentlemen a lot when we transition to stories. This time I want to say ladies. Listen up, ladies, because you might want to think twice before the next time you think about playing one of your most powerful cards in your deck, the one with hit points only second to the vagina. I'm, of course, talking about the friend zone card. Might want to think twice before you play the friend zone card, guys, because
That's a powerful card.
it's a powerful card. It's got serious hit points. It's a spell card.
It's trapped many a man.
It'll trap you.
You lose the round. Whatever card you're playing, you lose that round when the friend card's played.
You sit out that round.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on the sidelines. That's what
I'll
happens.
never fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what they should
Well,
say.
they won't say that, but
Yeah.
No.
Right.
That's what
they're thinking that.
it is.
Well, and it sucks. Let's be honest. But one man in Singapore is fighting back against the trap that is the friend zone, not with indifference or aggression, which ironically would pop him right out of the friend zone, but through the courts. That's right, guys. Mr. K Kashigan, I'm going to call him Mr. K from now on, of Singapore, is attempting to establish legal precedent to protect against selfish women who don't see in men what their mothers see in them. Women who, for some reason unknown to us, can't see how totally cool, relatable, stable, and compatible their, quote, best friends would be as romantic partners, guys. Women like Miss Nora Tan Shu Mi, who was the recipient of this lawsuit. Well, lawsuits, I should say. Mr. K, guys, he's never one to cut corners. A sentiment his coworkers at D1 Racing Drone Company would echo. Because Mr. K filed not one, as I said, but 2 lawsuits against Mrs. Tan, seeking damages of just north of $2.3 million.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. One of them,
What
16
kind of a
grand.
Friend zone did she lock?
It was a bad one, Will. It was a fucking bad one,
like
bro.
A decade?
She must have let him on
years.
very hard.
This guy thinks dating him is worth $2.3 million.
You don't even know, Mark. You don't even know he's a CEO who day trades. Okay, so I mean, if that doesn't,
she's worth $2.3 million. I don't know.
Look, all your questions will be answered. So, one of the suits was for 16 grand in damages, and that was for purportedly breaching an agreement that they made to improve their relationship, their friendship. The second lawsuit,
for the holes he punched in his walls.
Exactly. The doozy, the big one, was filed in the high court, the Supreme Court, effectively, and that one was for $2.3 million. And the reason he was seeking that cash is because of the emotional trauma he allegedly suffered after finding out that she only wanted to see him as a friend. According to court documents, he also claimed that her actions had caused damages to his, quote, stellar reputation, followed by, quote, trauma, depression, and impacts to his life. This is over a 24-month period, guys. Miss Tan called the civil suit an abusive process and said the court would not be an accessory to Mr. K's, quote, calculated attempt to compel engagement from Mrs. Tan. Let me give some background on the relationship. So, according to the judgment, Mr. K first met Miss Tan a social setting, 2016, became friends. But problems began to arise around September 2020 when they became, quote, misaligned about how they saw their relationship. This is according to Miss Tan, of course. Miss Tan saw Mr. K as a friend, but Mr. K considered her his closest friend.
Soulmate.
Really wanted to fuck her.
He really wanted to fuck her, bro. There's no doubt about it. In exchanges laid out in the judgment, Mrs. Tan tried to reason with Mr. K, telling him that her discomfort is genuine. And Mr. K replied, "Your discomfort is as fake as the cause. Don't you get it? I don't care about you anymore from here on. From now on, you are the respondent, and I am the claimant. And emotionally, till the day I die, you're the cause of my trauma." Damn. And she said, "I've heard this before." And he said, we'll talk once every single person disapproves of you, and you find that you were wrong about me and that you truly hurt me. Get lost."
Mrs. Tan said to the judge, "You see why I didn't fuck him?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You see?
Get a restraining order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most embarrassing lawsuit of all time, potentially.
You see?
This guy?
Yeah.
Well,
see what I'm working with, Judge?
He didn't go straight to the legal. Well, he tried counseling first. That's right, counseling for a relationship that didn't exist. Okay. When she just wouldn't fuck him, he said, "All right, let's figure this out." And he had a woman who was a counselor call Mrs. Tan and say, "Hi, I'm Mr. K's counselor." And she was like, "What?"
She must be late. She'll be here any second.
She's like, "Will you come in for sessions?" And she begrudgingly agreed, I guess.
Why did she go in? I mean, this whole thing.
Well, just a year and a half later, she realized this is futile. After a year and a half,
of counseling a guy,
he tried to
her boyfriend.
He tried to blackmail her for sex first, emotionally, and then monetarily.
Yeah, she said she couldn't do the counseling anymore because it was, quote, meaningless and futile, and she was not able to.
I'm gonna kill myself if you don't fuck me.
Adhere to his unreasonable requests.
To convince her to fuck him. That's what he wanted.
Exactly.
Like, I need you to convince this woman to fuck me.
A year and a half, paid therapist telling somebody to fuck you can't get it done.
Exactly.
Just give up. Now he's suing her on top.
It's his buddy. He's like, "Mrs. Tan, it is my professional recommation that you fuck him."
Yeah.
She looked like Madison Fox.
I gotta say,
like
he's a
Megan
winner.
Fox or something.
I couldn't find a picture of her. Just Mr. K. Sorry, bud.
Well, why did he put his picture out there when he's filing the most embarrassing lawsuit in the history of mankind?
That's from his company, D1 Drone Racing. That's a press release photo, Will. He's a director over there.
He doesn't understand it, that this, like, he doesn't see how this looks from the outside looking in at him. Like, he doesn't get that people are going to be like, yo, maybe just quiet down about how she won't fuck you.
That's a good point. Did you say drones, Pat? So
he does drones.
He's been flying drones over her house?
Big time. He's probably flown a drone inside her.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
really little these days.
He's been spying on her via drone.
He's got drones everywhere, man.
Oh, my goodness.
She's got all she hears when she goes outside. It's
He owes this girl $2 million. I mean,
100%.
Well, drone outside of her house every morning.
Yeah.
Not again. Damn drones. Will, you're probably right, but I want to point out that after attending counseling for their friendship for a year and a half, that's a year and a half.
She's a saint for doing any of that.
Yeah, that's when Mr. K started saying, I might sue you if you don't move me out of the friend zone.
That's what I'm saying. That was when the blackmail shifted from emotional to monetary. It's like, this isn't working. It's going to cost your pocketbooks if you don't open up your coin purse from a dong. Yeah,
that's when she tried to bring the counselor into their group chat. That's how their text messages were going. She said, "Can we bring in a third party into these texts?" I guess that's when Mr. K, who was full on threatening lawsuit, wielding his power, he asked Miss Tan to get back to him with a quote improvement summary as planned, so they could look at their list and he could figure out what he could do better so that she would want to fuck him. And the next day, Mrs. Tan relented on what else she could do.
Build a time machine.
So she sent Mr. K a list of improvements. She told him,
gotta hear the list.
Yeah, she could expect from him.
Be like Steve.
Be more attractive.
Yeah.
And attractive to me.
Be a wimp.
Help me out. Help me understand these, because there's definitely like a Chinese to English translation in this article, but here's the verbatim quotes. The list included, quote, safeguarding your don'ts. What does that mean? What do you think? Safeguard. He needs to safeguard his don'ts.
Respect the things she doesn't want him to do or talk about, probably.
Okay. And then
so he's like an aggressive asshole, probably.
He also needs to, or I don't know if this is for her or him, not trivializing your pain and hurt. And then quote,
but again, being a dick, like saying,
like he doesn't need to go to all these therapy things. He's trivializing it. Like,
finally, meeting up based on mutual availability beyond coffee settings. So he's trying to demand that it's not just coffee.
These are his. Wait, I thought she sent him.
It's tough to tell. He asked for a list. She sent him a list. But it's tough to tell.
I can't decide who's crazier now, this woman or him, because for her to go along with all this shit is insanity.
I think she likes fucking with this loser.
Well, he pays. Imagine the gifts she's getting.
Right.
I mean, they get in a fight, and then all of a sudden a big gift appears.
Director of drones.
She's got a closet full of drones.
He's got dough. Yeah.
She's got the luckiest nephews.
But she can give those out as gifts to everyone, and those are great gifts.
Selling them, maybe. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So here's one last part. He pressed for, quote, detailed sharing when meeting up. So I guess like he I don't know what that means exactly, but he wants.
Are you
more.
fucking anyone? Who are you?
Well,
fucking?
yeah, he doesn't.
Tell me who you're fucking.
Well, that's the thing, Wes. Is he doesn't really want to hear that.
He doesn't.
But he has to know. He has to know.
He has to know.
I need to know detailed by time.
Yeah.
What were you doing for every minute of the day?
He needs to know who to kill.
Yeah.
I want the ability for you to also wear my Fitbit, a Fitbit that I provide.
If you're in the friend zone, like, how did this guy not like learn the lesson of like, if you're in the friend zone and you're mad about the girl who she's actually dating and who she's actually fucking, like, that's when you have to realize, like, oh shit, you're in way too deep.
Yeah.
And just cut the cord.
This answers the age-old question of if someone has already put you in the friend zone, would suing her get you out of it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The answer is
chased good money after bad here. So he asked for detailed sharing when meeting up, and then I guess he further asked this after she gave the list back. He asked to go away for a long weekend, and that's when Mrs. Tan said, "Look, what are we doing here? This is not happening." And Mr. K said, quote, "I think you know how badly I need meetups. it's been long overdue, and it's affecting me.
Oh, so she banged him a couple times.
I don't know. The English translation, it's tough
let
to
him on a
tell.
couple times.
She
Yeah,
banged
must
him
have
once.
paid her.
She banged him once.
She must have banged him one time, yeah.
She prostituted herself to him, yeah. Basically.
Probably
Well,
really early
can't get over
on.
it.
Probably really early on before she realized what a creep
It was
was.
so good. He's suing her to get it back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he lost the lawsuits, and we have a new Rolando Negrin character in our lives to make
this
fun of. That's
guy's
Mr. K of
an
Singapore.
embarrassment. This guy's an embarrassment. Okay. All right. Well, y'all know what time it is.
It's time for the high five.
Damn right it is. All right, let's start out with some comments from the Hive. First up, this is an important update from Full Bore Barbecue account on Instagram. It says, I feel it is my duty to let you know Nashville strip clubs are quite possibly the worst in this great nation. BYOB is cool, but not only are they not bottomless, but there's like a rail 6 feet from the stage, and that's as close as you can get. Seems odd with the amount of bachelor parties there, but that's the lowdown. There are only 2. That Deja Vu one you guys mentioned actually moved into that newer, nicer location not long ago. You should have seen the absolute shithole it was before. So we were wrong about Nashville.
No, good.
I went to Old Deja Vu.
That was a real-time Google, and thanks Full Bore
Jacob.
Barbecue for correcting that. Jacob.
That's our guy, Jacob, who they have delicious rubs and sauces. They sponsored us for a little while. They're a small business, and he sent us a bunch of them. Delicious. You can get them.
So good.
What's that website? Hang on.
He just got married, yeah.
FullBoreBarbecue.com, I think.
No, it's it's fullborebbqproducts.com.
There you go.
Great barbecue stuff.
Yeah.
The best. The seasoning is so fantastic. Imagine, like, so I just did a quick Google, and I saw something that said maybe Bottomless. Imagine if you just did that and then did your bachelor party based on the thought that the strip clubs were going to be sick, and then you show up and they're terrible. Oh, that'd be horrible.
I mean, so usually, like in
Yeah,
Austin,
I would've gone on
BYOB means
thinking they were
bottomless.
Yeah.
But Nashville, BYOB means not like, you know, it gets confusing because you also can't run like a bottomless mimosas promotion, even though the bottomless actual vagina coverings
Dallas has way
not
more
allowed.
strip clubs.
Trick them in.
Are you suggesting that it's bring your own bottoms and they just don't?
Or maybe they do.
Yeah,
maybe that's the problem, Mark.
It could be either one.
If you're gonna
These
go
girls
to
are very
Texas-
prepared.
If you're going to go to Texas for the strip clubs, Dallas for sure.
There you go. All right, next I got a couple comments from Facebook people, not necessarily hardcore Hive members, but fans of the Hard Factor Facebook. So Brian Dunn, top commenter, says, "Would you rather?" I'm going to make this as a which one's worse. Which one's worse, hunting with Dick Cheney or filming a movie with Alec Baldwin?
You're going to die either way.
I'd rather film a movie and die than
Actually, probably Baldwin, because he actually killed Cheney. Just like contacted, right?
Yeah, no,
True.
Mr. Whittington, that's who got shot, and he didn't die. He was fine.
That's a good
Go
point.
with,
If not
with
dying is
Baldwin,
better.
Baldwin. And go Tigers, Brian Dunn, LSU guy.
There you go. Next one is another Facebook one from based on the man crushed to death by urinal, telescopic urinal in London. And can you read that one for me? I can't really see it, but
says, well, that's just piss poor engineering from Gavin Wortman.
Sure is.
it's piss poor.
Very, very true.
All right, there you go. And finally, I have a few guys concerned for Wes's health on the YouTube show's comments. Patrick Famine 5131 says, "What the fuck did Wes do with his hands at the start? Hope you're okay medically, Wes. Laugh my ass off." And then at Hard Factor Wes says, "No." And then Jack Siebert gets in there and says, "With just a few minor medical procedures, Wes could have some of the prettiest man hands on the planet."
Wow. How'd he do, Jack?
That was on Friday's show.
I went like this. Like,
well, hang on, we'll get to it.
Some
That
weird.
was on that was a show. That was a week ago today's show. And then fast forward like 5 days to this Wednesday's show, and Patrick's back, and Patrick Famine says, Wes, I'm again very concerned about your hands medically. And then Jack Sievert goes, "Damn, now I'm getting concerned too. And would you like to see a clip down of Wes's hands?"
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Put them up.
Yeah.
You get a bonus style. You get a bonus style. Good morning in here, because the
does
first
it have
one he
audio
does to
or no?
the first one he does to the entire length of Good Morning, and the second one does not have audio.
Okay, cool.
Here we go.
Okay.
Morning!
He's giving a little jazz hands.
He's got the flippity floppity hands there.
Yeah.
It's like a poker tell, but he's not gambling. It's like the way like a villain would look at like whatever their fetish is before
Yeah.
they
I
fucking read it.
Wes, was that your celebration after you hit a 3? Because you were
Yeah.
a jump shot guy.
That's
was
a
that,
3.
Was that a 3? Was that a
Possibly.
was that yeah.
Yeah.
It's the intellectually disabled.
Intimidation.
One of them looks like he saw his first pair of boobs. Ooh.
Let me see him.
Ooh. When to see the nipple? All
That was
right,
after a great putt, Wes.
yeah. Oh, look at him go. Instead of twirling the club. All right. So last week there were 0 5-star reviews, and we made fun of you and said you guys are ridiculous. There should be a lot more. But you answered the bell. Okay. So there's I think about 10 this week. Good job. You leave those 5-star reviews on Apple podcasts. A couple of them are they're admittedly the second 5-star review, which doesn't really help, but since we asked for reviews, I'm going to read all of them this week. But the second 5-star review doesn't really help the algorithm. If you haven't left a 5-star review, leave one on Apple Podcasts. You can leave a comment. We'll read it. It helps us out on Apple Podcasts. The same thing on Spotify. You can't leave a comment, but you can create a comment, send us a screenshot of your 5-star review, and we'll read it. So let's get into them because there's 9. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry, here it is. C. Jacobs, 1989, says, bedtime story. I listen to these guys every night when I go to sleep. It's like a sweet bedtime story I get to listen to every night. There you go. Some listen during the day. Some listen at night. I love it. Next one is from Brittany Smears. He says, R.I.P. Randy Savage. R.I.P. Randy Savage. Entertaining spin on the news. Could use a hot chick to be on Daily, though, and she doesn't even need to talk. It's a pretty good idea.
You got a spare one?
It's a pretty good idea.
Would
she work for free?
It's a great idea. It's a fantastic idea. I
So
think one of us would just like have to bite the bullet, and go like, do fewer shows. But I would gladly be replaced with a hot chick ever,
I
however
think
often
in all
needed to.
seriousness,
that would go over
R.I.P.
well.
to Randy Savage's little brother, Lanny Mark Pofa, who died yesterday. The genius he went by. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, the Genius was his probably best run in the WWF. Okay, next one is 5 stars, but from PodGod, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. These guys' rules, informative and sometimes even funny. So I don't even know what the butt was, but he likes this. All right, next one's from the Bra Cha. Bra Cha says, my guys, seriously, the best thing out there, such a breath of fresh air for a bunch of stale pods, and these guys are seriously the funniest. Thank you, the Bra Cha.
The Bra Cha.
Jay Bagley comes in and says, only trustworthy news source, which is probably true, I think.
Don't trust Jay on that, though.
Yeah.
Well,
80% of the
okay,
times.
wait.
80%
Toss our
of the times.
80% accuracy thing up there.
Yeah.
We need
and
that
then-
up.
Get that
With
up.
the
Then
liability.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Now, correct.
Now he's correct. All right, and then we got from Benny the Kid, Benny the Kid. Love the show, informative, funny, clever, stupid, and the Macho Man. That's pretty good description. This show covers a wide range of topics, giving you real information with a clever take. I recommend highly. That's a good one. These are good, guys. N8Man44 says second 5-star review, so he ratted himself out, but we're going to read it. So you are now technically a 10-star show. Love that. You're welcome. Have a great fucking day. The Traveling Daddy. Okay?
Ooh, Traveling Daddy.
Hell yeah.
Great nickname. And then a couple more. We have from Tim Loves the New Jersey Devils. 5 stars, Dirty Dog Mailman. He goes, hey guys, this show is fire. My wife and I would get super pumped to listen to you guys first thing in the morning on our 2-week road trip up the Pacific coast. Then 6 months later for our road trip in Iceland. Love the jokes, current events, social media stories, and the non-biased views. Special shout out to the South Jersey Mailman Pockets. Pockets is single, ladies. And he's a dirty dog. Woo-hoo!
Yeah.
Have a great fucking weekend. Thanks for all you do.
I mean, I'd fuck him, but his name is Pockets.
Pat, you got anybody for Pockets? He's in Jersey.
I'm just concerned. I mean, I just want to
Deep
work. I mean, look,
pockets.
hey, I love the name Pockets. I fucking love it as a bud. I don't love it as a guy I'm going to try to have to set up
Well,
on a
you
date.
just got to
you know
meet
what I mean?
Pockets first.
Yeah.
To have a couple hangs
Well,
with Pockets.
I'm not. I don't
said
care why
you-
he's called Pockets, but there's going to
You
be lots
said
of
meat
questions.
you said meat pockets, which is exactly what he's looking for.
I hope his
meat
name is
pocket.
Pockets because he's got a punchline, and that's the setup.
Yeah. Anyways, last one from Cami Grove 03. Amazing. I don't have many podcasts I have to listen to every day, but this is definitely one that I do. It's the most entertaining way to get the news. I never thought I'd be so excited to wake up with 4 fat dudes every day, but here I am.
Oh, and we're excited to wake up with you, Cami Grove.
Cami Grove. So those are all good. Thank you. The Hive, you did good. Keep leaving us those reviews. It helps us out. Speaking of helping us out, I got some patron shout outs. It's been 2 or 3 weeks since we've done them. What we're going to do is we're going to shout out the 2 top tiers going forward. I think, bi-monthly or once a month. We'll get to it. First up in the Golden Elbow, and I believe this is for the year, so we owe you a sweatshirt. Get at us. This is 2 Liter and Austin Bradley. You guys rock if you haven't already. What's the process, Wes? They order a shirt and pay for it themselves, and then email you, or then you refund. It sounds like a money laundering scheme. What's the process?
You need a passport, too.
Yeah.
Venmo Wes, and then he pays you back double.
That's right. And you order it, send me your order number, I refund it.
Okay, there you go. So
Pretty simple.
Thanks for spending a year's worth. Now just buy a $60 sweater, and we'll get that money back to you. Also joining us in the Golden Elbow monthly are Cincy MC, Nick Foster, William Freeman, and Tony from PA. That's awesome. You guys
That's fucking great, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. You're all helping out the boys. Big time stuff there, fellas.
Thank you for supporting the pod.
We truly appreciate it. Next up, the Send in the Car tier, the trivia playing Sons of Guns that are supporting the boys. This is like newish to this tier. Ben Wieringa, Sampin, and Mateo Ledoux.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Thank you very much, you fine folks.
I always want to say that name, Matteo, but I know it's Mateo.
I think it's Mateo.
It is
Those
Mateo.
Those guys are probably going to beat our asses in trivia tonight. So.
Oh, yeah. We'll see you tonight, fellas. Thank you so much. And then, again, we'll shout out the top 2 tiers if you join. That's patreon.com/hardfactor. Get in there, get some killer bonus pods, play trivia, get in the Discord, join the community. It's a lot of good stuff. Half a Packs with Wes, all sorts of bonus shows, weed shows, alien shows.
Also, trivia is couple friendly, so it's on Friday nights. But
Yeah.
you can still hang out and bring people.
Just make sure he or she are off screen, off camera.
No, you can have one person on screen. When you have an entire room full of people, make sure
Make sure she's far back from you. Or
That's more for your safety.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Quick
We're
update.
a couple dogs. What's up, Pat?
Harry Whittington, the man that was shot in the face and neck by Dick Cheney, still alive at 95 years old.
So
March
definitely
3rd, 1927.
Baldwin's worse.
He just looks like Frank Beamer. Also, one last bonus dog shout out to Vincent G for joining the Pop the Clutch tier for a full year earlier this week. So there you go.
Hell yeah.
Did the year. All right, let's do some voicemails.
Hey guys, this is Nathan. I was the guy that called in from Minneapolis a few weeks ago, but I just wanted to call in and say kind of thanks overall for your podcast and, the last 3 years and 3+ years really with COVID and everything, losing job and just kind of, you guys are always kind of a constant and thanks to Mark as well. He sent me a message after I posted about losing my cat last week of 18 years. And then also was calling about this Monday's episode on the 30th about Kias. I worked as an insurance underwriter and they're pretty much uninsurable in most zip codes now, where, you have someone that buys a 2023 Kia Rio, so the cheapest of a cheap car,
new
thinking
car.
it's going to be really cheap to insure, and it's like $4,000 or $5,000 a year because Kias are stolen at like a rate of like 3 times of what every other car is, and kind of interesting, but also kind of sucks to have that car, because Kia just decided not to put an ignition interlock on any of those vehicles, but just kind of some food for thought. But overall, thanks guys again just for keeping up the podcast and kind of being a constant in my life over the last 3.5 years. Thanks. Bye.
There you go. No doubt, Nathan. Tough losing a pet that you've had constant for a long time. And thanks for the insight on the Kias. That sucks. You buy a brand new car and you're trying to save some money and then they hit you. It's like getting a house that's like has a huge property tax value like on it. Like
Oh yeah, like every house you buy in Texas.
Right. Yeah.
Or in a city at least.
I take offense to that.
As we have a Kia at our house, we dodged such a bullet by having the push button start.
Yeah, I just bought one. Luckily, it has the push button.
So that's the thing. Yeah, they don't tell you that. The Kia salesmen don't tell you that, I don't think.
Well, yeah, they're not going to tell you.
They're
Like,
trying
hey,
to. They're
don't
trying to
get
move
this one,
these
it gets
lemons.
stolen all the time.
They're trying to move those lemons. Yeah, no one died in this house. What? What are you talking about?
Will, if you owned a Dodge, not a Subaru, that would have been like a sick pun.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
What was
It's
the pun?
He's the king of the segue. He doesn't even know he's punning, and he's punning. He's always
What was the pun?
Almost.
They dodged a bullet with.
I
not
didn't
buying a
even.
Kia.
And Pat, speaking of that, we talked about the Subaru camera, and I didn't even have a good one for that, so I was a little upset.
It's okay, man.
All right, let's play the second one here.
It's Tony from PA here. So I know last week you guys were talking about how Gen Zs, we kind of view OnlyFans a little bit differently. Yeah, girls definitely don't want to be sexualized, but then they're all right if we pay them to see them naked. So I don't really understand it, but I'm not complaining at the same time because I get to see hot girls naked.
Give me the Mr. K vibes.
So win-win, I guess, in my book. But I understand why some people are turn away from it and they don't really understand or want to support it. But personally, if you got the money, go ahead and do what makes you happy. I love you guys. Have a great fucking weekend.
Tony.
Take her ass to court.
Generation Z
I would have
is
thought
horny.
Tony. That's where Tony stood.
Yeah, Tony and Jackson confirmed young and horny.
Well, I'm glad that somebody's horny because these other nations are having problems with the horniness. So it's good
keep it
that
up,
we
fellas.
got young, horny people.
That's right.
Yeah.
I interviewed a young guy whose balls exploded, but he's back.
It's great for the USA.
There's some hope for the younger generation.
Did you, Brevin? I didn't even know that you could get the divider in there. Now his nuts are fucking like
they can't get twisted ever again.
He got a nut upgrade. That was insane.
It's like the Berlin Wall in his underwear, man.
Live chat. Colin Phillips says, "I do love OnlyFans, man."
It's more shameful than gambling, I think.
It's definitely more shameful than gambling, but it's awesome as well. So, all right, next one.
Boys, calling from California. So I'm listening to today's episode about the deep fake and everything. And so if someone made a fake video of all of you guys eating dinner, where would be the weirdest place you eating dinner, or eating lunch, as we like to call it? Like, where would be the weirdest place? Let me know. Love you. Bye.
So I don't know if he means
sex
actually sex or
food?
actual dinner. I don't know what it's confusing.
means sex there? Eating.
I think he means we're talking about eating people out for dinner. I think he means like it's.
So
I think
he's saying if somebody deep faked a hard factor orgy,
could it be?
Where would be the weirdest place?
Pick a place. Pick a place where eating and having sex would be weird. I'll go elevator, right?
You've eaten in an elevator? Did you get stuck?
No, it'd be weird. He said, "Where's
all
the weird?"
four of us in an elevator.
Where's the weirdest?
Do
I don't
we
think it
have
has to be all
partners there
four.
with us too.
I don't
Or
think it
is
has to be all four of us.
Oh, apparently it does.
It does.
That sounds like it's a group thing.
That'd have to be a pretty big elevator.
It's gotta be.
You'd have to be in the fucking freight elevator. Yeah. Good luck doing it in the regular.
I don't know.
Hey, just scoot up an inch, all right?
Yes, our arms would be hitting each other.
Hey, you hit all the floors, idiot. Your
Slam
butt,
the button.
your butt hit all the floors.
This is my corner. You get over there.
Don't worry, I got a key.
It's gonna be hard to either eat this food or have sex in here if you keep opening the doors by hitting all the floors.
Man,
Everybody's just smacking the closed door button.
Elevator's a good example, but like I feel like that's like I can't think of like there's that like volcano restaurant in Hawaii like that could, if you were 12, that could be weird. Or like have you ever like been
No, I love that, Pat. I'm thinking swim up piano or swim up bar. Swim up bar would be the scene I would go for the deep fake on.
Can you eat
That'd
at a
be
swim
so
up bar?
crazy, right, Colin?
Yeah, he meant sex. He
Yeah,
clarified.
he did.
He's talking about sex.
Okay.
He said lunch, eating lunch.
Well, we did call it eating dinner. It's confused. He left a confusing message, but yeah.
I think swim up bar would be pretty hot.
Swim up bar
It'd be
works.
crazy.
A lot of these locations
Private?
work for both food and sex.
And you could eat there too. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. One more.
Yeah, private, Pat. So private.
It's closed for a private party.
Hey, look, if I'm being completely frank, I'm not mad. They were down a man in my daughter. She's very good. She had to go play at a club team. If I'm being frank, I'm not even angry.
this woman, this assistant coach,
Churchill and High basketball players,
dominant.
number one's dad, a fan of the show.
It was shut down basketball. I think she ended with 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. I mean, we're talking about those kind of numbers in a 40-point game. I think she ended with 6 rebounds.
So I used the voicemail line
11 points,
to get a phone effect on a video that I made.
You didn't tell me you didn't want me to play it.
I thought this
we're
sounded a
number
little
one.
like Pat.
It's my daughter's number. Look, my daughter was one place. The JV coach was another place. Both were number one.
Yeah.
Both were putting serious numbers on the board.
Yeah.
Both were helping the team. It's like a donation in my daughter's name in stats. I'm not mad. They were down a man. And I'll tell you what, this JV coach, he's something special.
I like to give myself a lot
I
to
mean,
edit with.
Yeah.
She was
That's good.
She was like a 23-year-old playing against 13-year-olds out there. Just dominant. She
You are
couldn't be
breaking your
stopped.
1 minute rule.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
breaking his rule.
shame
I forgot that I did this.
we
I
had to
should
forfeit the game because
I mean, it's the easiest way to get the most realistic
who
phone
won.
effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. I didn't know you didn't want me to play it. I thought it was good.
Oh, I don't
w-
care.
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
care.
it was good. Pat, he wants an accent from you, and Colin says he couldn't even tell it was you. So that was good.
What's up, Fu? Who wants an accent?
Louis wants. Louis is just getting tape on us committing bad.
What's up,
bad te-
Fu?
Yeah.
He's
Go to
yeah,
school
he's
today?
a screen recording. Yeah.
Hey, baby girl, you go to school today?
He's gonna at the end of the year.
All
He's gonna
day?
have quite the tape.
I heard
Funny
different.
enough, the guy that did that is not. He's like Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's not even.
He's from New
like
Zealand.
Hawaiian.
He's
He's
New
played
Zealand, he's
every.
Kiwi.
He's played every race. He's played like Arabs, Hawaiians, Mexicans,
Every race. That's crazy.
Maoris.
Yeah. That's
he
his
is
real
Maori.
one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is
crazy.
And he's not even fat, Wes. Look at that.
I mean, well, you can't be fat when you're playing every kind of race. you
Well,
know?
he
If was
left
just
the
playing-
coun-
If he was just playing Maori, he could be real fat.
Well, he left the country pretty early.
Yeah.
He
They
got
got
out
him
of
to
there
California quick enough.
He got him out of there early.
I swear to God, Smiley.
All right. That's it for voicemails. Let's end the show today with some funny video submissions from the Hive. First up, let me see if I have this order correctly. I think I do. This is from Rick Holt, speaking of that side of the world, Australia, New Zealand. He sent in this joke from what I assume is one of his favorite Australian radio shows because he sends me these guys a lot. And the large, bald British guy, Bosch, those are like his favorite people. He sends me those guys a lot. Funny dudes. Anyways, here's a bonus dog joke of the day from Rick and his favorite Australian people.
Paul, a herd of cows.
What do you call a herd of cows?
Masturbating, Jim.
Oh, no.
What do you call them?
What?
Beef stroganoff.
No, no.
No. Beef stroking off.
No.
That is awesome.
Bill.
No.
Not bad.
Oh, you like it?
Not bad.
Oh, Jimmy
Not bad.
likes it.
Not bad.
They start playing a celebration song. He does a joke of the day, and usually he doesn't. What do you call a group
Usually
of
that
masturbating
falls
cows?
flat.
Yeah.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Beef
though.
stroking off. It's pretty good. I thought it was good.
Phil. No, Phil.
No. Oh no. It's not bad. Yo, he likes it. This one was sent in by Hive member Joseph B, Joey B, and it's about furries.
Oh
wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
My name's Dasha. I'm a furry, and I'm going to be teaching you guys some ways that my friends and I meow to one another to communicate when words just seem a little too difficult. So, here we go. Okay, so first off, we have the normal meow that we just use mostly to get each other's attention. Meow. Okay,
No.
then we have the dissatisfied
Nope.
meow. Then the angry meow, but we only use this one on rare occasions because overall we're a very happy kitten family. Then the happy or content meow. Meow. Okay, then one of the most important ones for our kitten
Kinda
family is that I want to go potty meow. It took me a really long time to master this meow because it needs to be really specific
'Cause it's
in order
unnecessary?
for my kittens to understand.
I gotta take a dump.
That's
Okay,
it. That's
this is the most
potty.
important meow for me, and it's the I need help wiping meow.
Huh?
Okay, and last but definitely not least is our in heat meow, and we use this when we need a little bit more special kitten attention, if you know what I mean.
Also wiping.
Meow.
Ooh.
Meow.
Oh wow.
That was just
that's
porn at the end.
that's a classic. That's a classic. You guys hadn't seen that one? That's
no.
Oh, that is a classic video. It gets reposted so much. I wonder if the original was a sketch.
Her piercings say no. Her piercings say no.
Her piercings definitely say no. Yeah.
It's believable. That's well casted.
Very believable.
It could be written and it could be casted, but there's no way someone would think to commit to the worst piercing on the planet, which is the bullnose
Producer
ring
Eric
piercing.
might know what the origination of this video.
With downward
I've
jab.
seen it.
What's with the
goes
wiping?
viral
Well, the
once in a
wiping
while.
makes it seem almost fake to me because that doesn't make any sense. I need help wiping.
Well, that's a fetish. That's her. That's her
She
fetish.
said, like, yeah. If it's not a troll, it's the most hilarious video. It's either way, it's a hilarious video. It's
But
one of the funniest videos
it's
of
her
all time.
whole clan's fetish. She said it's the most important one.
Right.
That
she
whole
says
group.
They're a family of kittens.
Yeah.
And that fuck each other. But
What-
they're humans.
Mark, how dead on
Is
were her
it a dinner?
noises?
Some of them were pretty good. Like the upset cat one was pretty good.
I think they were good.
A
Yeah,
couple
they
of them were pretty good. But I'm still confused about the wiping. Is that a euphemism for dinner type thing? Like with your tongue wiping with it? You use your tongue.
Oh no,
to
it
wipe?
means like she wants
or
some
toilet paper.
Yeah.
I mean, she took a dump and her
wants
paws don't reach.
Got it. Okay. All right.
These silly kitty paws can't grab the toilet
This
paper.
motherfucker better be shitting in a fucking sandbox though. If she's committing that hard and she's shitting in a toilet, like, come on, bro, go all the way or don't go at all.
I've got a couple more, and they're show oriented to take us out for the week. They're big time show oriented, but that the coffee could have been slightly longer, but this was what we were dealing with in Austin. Take a look. This was every neighborhood in Austin, certainly mine. This is what it looks like. It was everywhere you went, there were downed trees. It looked like a tornado went through all of Austin.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Jim Frost just had his way with Texas.
Yeah, every single one of my neighbors has a giant tree down. The one I showed you that broke my fence. Luckily, all of my trees were either cut down or have already fallen, so I didn't get much damage. But I'd say 50% of houses in South Austin and areas of Austin, probably north as well, down trees.
Why
Entire
is that?
trees.
Is that because the trees are just soft?
I think
They
they're
haven't been through it
bitches. The
before?
trees are bitches. Yeah, they're
Right, because this doesn't happen everywhere.
No, it doesn't happen everywhere.
It's because when
obviously.
it's hot, they're not used to the cold, and then when the cold hits them, it just fucks them up.
There's some soft ass
weight.
trees. Yeah.
You got to heat
And
check
the
the
trees sounded like an
sometimes.
explosion outside my window whenever the show started. I think some
Tree.
a ginormous tree fell over.
Yep, 100%. It's been crazy, but we got the power back. Wes and I temporarily lost power back, and here's the last two of the week. Very show oriented, very good. This one I think is from Josiah. I think sent this one in. Here we go.
Mr. Sarcasm, yeah. I don't care if you got 23 wrestlers around the outside, and it doesn't even matter, no, because I am ready, and I will not let this opportunity slip through my fingers. Cup of coffee, man, yeah. Man. Wow, man, freaked out. Oh.
That was your roommate on cocaine talking to you. And that was by a comedian. His handle was at the bottom.
The Macho Man definitely loved uppers.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, but that was just oxygen you heard him breathing in. He would do the uppers before the bit, I think.
Right, and it was practice for how loud he was going to breathe.
His brother, the genius, taught him that.
Oh yeah, he said,
Smart
don't
guy.
do it on camera.
R.I.P.
And
to the brothers.
here's the last one, another pod shout out, literally from VP of Football Operations PFT. Let's get him on the pod here in a couple weeks when the Super Bowl's over.
So
We got a new ant.
Money for Nothing. Great song. With Dire Straits. Also, the intro to a great podcast.
Trails off there, but he said also it's a great podcast intro. And then he says, I miss you, Will, Pat, and Mark.
There you go. It's a pretty good tone.
Hey, you fucked it up.
Hey, you did pretty good. You did pretty good. Now he's in.
And
now
that's
he's
the
in the groove.
that's the show, baby. Money for nothing.
He also did. He finally completed his Freebird solo. So congrats
Nice.
to VP
Yeah,
of
he-
Football Operations.
He's
PFT.
been on. He's been on the guitar shredding the past couple weeks. There you go. That's the show.
Still can't hold a candle to his brother on the guitar, but that's.
Oh,
Ooh. I mean, yeah, it's tough. It's tough because his brother is like a world class.
He's very good.
He's also been
practicing-
breaking some big stories, and he toured
been
Europe that one
practicing
time.
More. Roger's been writing, more, and Eric's probably been playing more. So maybe they need to go head to head again.
That would be a showdown.
I found I finally transferred over like the last. I was the video camera guy growing up, and so I have like some of the like mini VHS tapes that you need like an adapter.
Yeah.
There was one that was broken, so I had to like re-spool it. I finally transferred it over. It wasn't the one I wanted, but it was like, some band practice shit from way back in the day. And there's at the end of the video, it's PFT trying to do something on the guitar and me being like, yeah, let's go get Ranju to play the guitar because he's super good. I want to film that. I felt watching it back, he was savage. I didn't mean to be savage.
Damn.
And then Roger said
That's how you get a
shredded.
complex.
Mm-hmm. My bad.
Hey.
It's very talented.
All right.
A lot of drive from that.
Well, that was a great solo. It was fantastic.
I had no complaints. Thanks for
The
the
tone was
shout out.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. But that's the show for the week. Let's bring up the wheel.
Oh yeah, let's wheel time. Yeah, and Wes, I'm not even gonna bring mine because people get mad that I don't have your sweet ass songs. You're like a DJ at the end of the show now.
Where does he get them?
Yeah, it's like Roger versus Eric on guitar. We need the Roger wheel.
Let's see. We'll go Crazy Clown, okay?
All right.
Yeah. Crazy Clown. There we go.
Okay, Crazy Clown. Sounds like a fun one.
Yeah.
What genre of music is Crazy Clown?
It's
you guys?
gonna be
techno
insane.
disco.
Yeah, techno disco.
It's accordion based.
Yeah.
Where did it go?
It's just a kid screaming.
Here we go.
Yeah, baby.
Pat's got your high five next week.
Next week. Here we go again.
Yeah, baby.
You gonna buy an ice cream?
This is fire.
Will's got your coffee on Monday.
All right.
There you go.
Monday coffee.
Good week of shows. Oh, trivia tonight. Okay, so we'll see you tonight. We'll see you tonight. But for those that we don't see tonight, you have a great fucking day. And for those that we see tonight, have a great fucking day. But have a great fucking weekend as well. We'll talk to you on Monday.